Hi, welcome to my channel. It's not my name, but you can call me Bob. I'm not using a stand today. I'm just gonna do a quick walk around. I'm trying to get this kitchen video put together. Last night I strung all the updates together in the video editor that I use, and it came out to over 2 hours, and I think there was 32 updates. So what you'll probably see today, and apologies for that, but you'll see a lot of me being redundant, saying a lot of things over and over again, simply because these videos were shot over the course of coming almost 2.5, almost 3 months. So kitchen was the second room that I did in conjunction with brothers, sisters, friends, neighbors. A lot of people helped me get this to the point it's at. It is not quite complete. There's a few things I want to do. If you recall, I finished the half bath first, so that was a overriding priority. And then being able to not have to eat out, eat a ton of soup and sandwiches nuked up in the microwave, etc., or using the toaster oven was a big priority. So 2.5 months of getting to this point, and as I mentioned, it's not quite done. There is quite a few things I still want to do in here. I do have all the floating shelves up, as you may be able to see behind me, but not everything up and running there yet. I still have quite a few things to bring back from the other house or to probably buy, but I do like, for example, I wanted to put the dish racks up on the floating shelves, but I still have a comfort level that is not good when it comes to those supporting the weight. Each one of those arms that I think I mentioned in one of the videos has an 80-pound support weight, and those long ones up there each have 4. So should be able to support all the dishes, but you know what? I've got, was it a 19-foot run right here of counter space? So I've got plenty of counter space. I know my daughter hates having things on the counter and the cluttered look, but you know what? I'm gonna go with that for now. I do have, like, for example, a can opener down there. I think and my rice cooker is up there. That wall right there, I think I'm gonna put one of those stainless steel racks, and that's where all the appliances will go. And you know, I'm gonna probably put shelves in that doorway. And I still have to put the warming drawer and install that. It's ready to go. It's all powered up there. I just haven't got around to it yet. So I do have a fully functional kitchen. Been cooking in here. Dishwasher, sink. I have not used the rotisserie oven yet. We'll see how that works sometime soon. And been using the heck out of the little coffee area. My little brother had an extra espresso machine, so thank you for that. Again, this is going to be a sort of a longer video, unless I can edit out all the redundant parts. It may be a little sketchy here and there as I'm bouncing around, and so again, apologies for that. Welcome to my channel, and it's not my name, but you can call me Bob. All right, doing a little bit of before we get the cabinets in here. This is the kitchen. What you see straight ahead is the archway into the pantry. This is what it's looking like right now, easy boy. And I'll back up a little bit. Where the chair's sitting is where the island is gonna be. There is 3 pipes down there. Power and gas, and still gotta take care of some cleaning up here. And I'm not too big of a fan of fluorescence, so might have to do something there. But that's the before. Okay, Southeastern Salvage cabinets. The cabinets plus the butcher block countertops came to about $2,600, but can't put the sink all the way back because of the pipes and valves there and water supplies. But here's what it's looking so far on the back wall. May arrange or rearrange some of the cabinets, the corner there, the island. So I'm gonna do a slide in range with the controls in the front. So those will sit right there. And then I may put a 2-burner gas propane through the floor outside. So I have gas and electric, but it's looking not bad. All right, I moved all the kitchen cabinets out and took the filters out. This whole thing needs to be scrubbed like you wouldn't believe. I guess I could turn the lights on, huh? I'm not sure if it's coming through on the video, but those fluorescent lights up there, not the greatest. And there's that nice, lovely fluorescent buzzing sound. So I've actually got a 1x4 LED light panel on the way. Gonna see how that looks up there. If it works, I'm actually gonna need 5 of these, 4 for the kitchen here, 1 for the pantry. I noticed, and you can see a little bit right here, where a lot of this stuff is it's bubbled up. And I just pulled that off with my fingernail. And you know, it's worse in some spots, but I gotta go scrape that all off. I think what it was poorly mixed joint compound, or it wasn't even fully dry when they spray painted on. I can tell it's been spray painted and rolled, I think. I gotta go around, scrape all this stuff off. It's just soft, chalky. I'll scrape all around, scrape it all off. I'll probably have to put some fresh, I don't know if I'll use joint compound or something else. I guess I'll have to. I scraped some, but I think I got all the soft stuff off, but I just used I don't know if this is even gonna do the trick. I may have to get a wire brush to brush it out. I'd love to sandblast it out. Unfortunately, sandblaster is gone. I just measured the ceilings using my laser measure, 16'3" there and 10'2" here. So there is a 6-foot drop from that corner to this corner, which is no problem. My scaffold is 6 feet high. A ladder is another 6 feet that if I put a step ladder on top of that, be mighty dangerous, but that would give me 12 feet, 6 foot, 8 foot length. That's 20, right? I think I'm gonna go buy a nice long ladder. My sister said they're gonna help me paint in here, but you know what? It's one thing to paint, it's another to take down light fixtures that are 16 feet up. I will probably get a nice big ladder and do those lights myself. And just so you note, it's gonna be flat white ceiling and satin white walls. So it should brighten up here even more so. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I think if he comes tonight, I'll have an electrician in here that will straighten out some of this mess so I can put a nice sizable fridge here, maybe even a wine fridge next to it. We'll see how I feel. And would be nice, for the dishwasher, there's some wires in there. And it'd be nice to have a switch there for the disposal in the sink. And all these for oven and not sure what else. There's a lot of wires there. So fortunately, all the outlets work. That's a great thing. Actually, even this range vent, it works too. Everything's just filthy. And we'll see. Yeah. I wouldn't doubt if there was a few critters knocking about inside there. So I'll have to get those out. Big Dog's helping me as usual. Gonna have a challenge with him when I'm scraping. All the stuff will be falling down onto him because he can't leave me. We are very codependent, aren't we, Big Dog? Very codependent. I put him for the first time in a boarding kennel this weekend. I went down to my niece's wedding in Mobile, and so he spent 3 nights in a kennel instead of with me. He was very, very, very glad to see me this morning when I picked him up right when the place opened. So, had the HVAC guys out here today. I have 7 condensers outside, 7 different zones in the house. All the air handlers, cooling, heating are all in upstairs in, I don't know if you call them crawl spaces since you actually walk down some stairs into them. And here in the laundry room, which, oh, by the way, my brother-in-law is bringing down the washer, dryer, kitchen sink, and disposal that I had him buy for me today. So he's driving those down for me, and we'll see what, I'll probably stage them in here along with everything else as soon as I get the cabinets added. And I still got to figure out what I'm going to do with the Last Supper. What was it? I calculated out 122 tiles, hand painted. I guess I'm a fan of the Last Supper, but this one creeps me out a little bit. Well, a little bit, a lot. So I'm gonna have to figure that one out. It looks like one tile's up there damaged, but maybe somebody will want that. I may end up, since it is who knows what attached to the wall with, may have to end up breaking it out there, or maybe I just hang something big over it, a big mirror with a view over the back terrace that needs a lot of work too. Well, that's it for now. Bye. All right, I guess it's time for a in-progress review. I've been scraping, sanding, plastering, getting there. This over here is pretty much done. That wall, and most of this wall. Big Dog, come on. And I gotta do this. But that's where we are for now. Another little interesting tidbit. I'm gonna replace those ugly fluorescents up there. I may have mentioned this before, but I got these light panels, LED light panels, nice and thin. Should go on up and relatively flat on there. I've got the dehumidifier, sorry, English is not my first language, running right now. Once I got it down to 62%. But that's hoping to help with dry things a little bit quicker and here and a little bit harder. I do need to go back through, try to pull a plug. I'm probably gonna have to drill it out. And some of the sanding and like primer it again. So there we go for a little in-progress review. Okay, moment of truth. I just replaced 2 fluorescent light fixtures with 2 LCD light panels. I just cut the power back on. Let's see how these go. So let's try this switch here. Oh, beautiful. So it's pretty sunny out. It's early morning, so not quite overhead yet, the sun, but quite a difference. I don't know if you can hear the humming between the fluorescence and the LCD light panels. The big dog does not like it when I go up on the scaffolding, do you, big dog? Yeah? Well, I'm about to put this ladder on top of that scaffold. My sister made me promise not to go up on the roof. A little too dangerous in her opinion. I promised not to go up on the roof. And so I jokingly sent her a picture with this ladder up on this scaffold, but she didn't extract a promise for that. I don't know. We'll see. All right, it started out as a joke, but that's how I actually got that all connected. The only problem is I am not tall enough, I'm not strong enough, I am not flexible enough in order to get that up there, slide it onto its mount. So I'm soaking right now in sweat from making the attempt, and the big dog's watching me intently, or was. I don't think I have enough energy to try to take that one off and do the same thing I did here until I get a lift, or maybe even buy another scaffold to sit on top of that one so I can have at least some stability up there. But yeah, I didn't want to have 911 on speed dial here. So I'm calling this a semi-win. I did get 2 of them installed. I still need to get up there and patch some holes from where the old fluorescents were mounted. And then I can start painting the ceiling white. I took care of the skylights yesterday, sanded them down. I know they don't look all that great, but sanded down the frames there and primered them. So those are ready for painting. So they had a lot of drywall on wood that just expand, contract, and it just flaked off. And once I took a sander to it, I was able to get the wood primered up. But yeah, I forget how high the ceiling is in here. I think it's 16 feet 3 inches. I've got my 8-foot ladder, my 6-foot scaffold that's probably set on 5 feet right now. And I'm 6 feet tall, so just not quite tall enough. I didn't want to go onto that second rung from the top. I was on the 3rd rung from the top and was getting a little shaky there. Anyway, that's status so far. All right, a little status update here. So, it was very painful, very awkward, very emotionally draining, but I was able to get those 2 hung up there finally. Not sure if I was entirely safe. I think I'm gonna let those hang until I get those little holes that are up there, get those patched, get it painted, and get a bigger ladder. So that's where we are so far. I've got a whole bunch of fluorescent lights. I'll probably scavenge a couple of them, scavenge whatever bulbs are still working, and get put those in the bunker. There's no lights in the bunker right now. Could use some lights. Big Dog did not like me up on the ladder whatsoever, and he left and went and hung out in the bedroom while I was in here working. I think he sensed my distress of being up that thing and balancing on the last couple or so steps, shaking, trying to hang and connect up and mount, which I couldn't quite reach to mount those. So Need that bigger ladder. That's it for now. All right, it's full on dark. You can see through the doorway into the courtyard. It's dark out there. The kitchen is like a freaking operating room with those LEDs up there. It is amazing how bright it is in here. Okay, a little update. About killed myself painting the ceiling. It is actually two different kinds of white, so I hope it dries evenly. You can see where it's still wet maybe through the camera. But I've got the dehumidifier running and a dog monitoring. But it is all white, and depending on how I feel, I may start it on the walls tonight. Actually, let me turn on a light. So, a little bright now. Yeah, I can see where it's shiny and still wet. I put flat white ceiling paint on. Got most of it with one can and then a different brand. I think, yeah, two different manufacturers, so you know how that goes. Not all white is white, but we'll see if this blends in. If it doesn't, I may have to put another coat on. I just dread getting up there. That's it for now. Okay, a little in-progress review. I spent the morning cutting in on the corners, the inside of the windows, up above, and I'm just now starting to roll on. So we'll see how this goes. It's looking good so far. I'm using some relatively inexpensive paint, but it's supposed to be paint and primer, one coat. So far, looks like it's doing the job. We'll see where I didn't primer and patch and primer before, how it looks there compared to the areas that were primered. Big dog's checking on me. All right. Okay, just finished painting. You see I didn't go into the little dining area. That will be another time. But paint's still wet. I'm wondering if I need to do a second coat. We'll see. Maybe it'll dry. I've got a dehumidifier on here. And I didn't paint below where the cabinets are gonna sit. I figured, well, I may still paint them. Just knowing that it's behind cabinets, my OCD will probably kick in. But here is what it's looking like so far. So white, cabinets will be white. The countertops, well, all the frames are covered up, but they are a dark brown. The butcher block countertops I have, I'll probably go dark brown as well. Hopefully I can get a bigger ladder to hang those up there. That's messing with my chi as well. And I did see a couple nail holes or screw holes that I did miss, so I'll get back up there one of these days. I unfortunately hit that with the wall paint, and as you can see, it's slightly different than the ceiling paint, so I'll have to go back over that. And actually, I didn't go all the way and do all of the framing and the skylights. I figure I'll do that next. But first paint done, but I can see there's areas that I want to go touch up, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, so another in progress review. I won't say the paint job is done. So I just took down some of the plastic but I think the windows need to be touched up. I think I will go ahead and paint down below because that's messing with my chi. But I've noticed a couple spots that need a little bit more up in this corner. I can see where I went over it a couple times, but it's pretty thin up top, so there's some mismatch there. The big dog does not like this wall at all, so there's a big patch right there that needs to be gone over, plus up in that corner. I guess that big patch actually goes extending all the way through. May not come over on the camera, but you can see with the Mark 1 eyeball. So I'll probably patch those up or put another coat on there and put a coat down here. And then I'll start fitting cabinets. Still need to get the electrician over here to, one, I need a outlet down there that has power all the time for the dishwasher, and a switched outlet up here for the disposal. But I saw how to do that on YouTube. Not sure if I want to attempt it myself. I hate messing with electricity. I'll replace that outlet with a GFC outlet, and I'll probably replace the left outlet there with a GFC outlet. But I don't see a need for GFC outlets over here. And on the far wall, there's no water over here whatsoever, so I'm not sure why there's GFC outlets there. Just vacuum the floor in here. There is a couple splatters of paint here and there that I'll go back through and razor up and maybe hit it with some acetone. But the big dog is approving it, aren't you, Milo? Good boy. Do need to hit the skylights too, forgot about those. There is a couple spots for ceiling paint, though once it dried completely, it doesn't look half bad. The only spot really that needs some work is next to that speaker. Still debating whether I want to take the speaker down and clean it up and maybe put it back there. Maybe I'll have a speaker there down the road. There is speaker wire running throughout the crawl spaces upstairs, so we'll see. Also, need to clean up. I'll probably power wash it, repaint it. The vent cover for up there is currently sitting over here on my little tool tray, and it is sort of McNasty. So that's all I've got for now. TTFN. Okay, little lunchtime update here. So I got the first 3 cabinets installed. Had to do a couple little modifications. This Lazy Susan, on the inside, there is just no bracing. So I had to glue some pieces on to each one of these and get the right length screw so to pass through the gap and connect them together. I've got a little bit of a gap. I've noticed when I leveled out, this is flush against the wall, or will be since I get that last screw in there. But you can see it sort of tilts a little bit there. And the same here, so that's not a true 90 degree, even though the Lazy Susan seems to work fine. It works all the way around. It seems to be pretty flush fit. I know there's a little gap there, but it's the same on the other side. I think it's the nature of the beast with the Lazy Susan. What I'm not too happy about is there's a huge space back here. If I went with a traditional L-shaped corner cabinet, you know, that would all be storage, but it'd also be way back in there. And I got a feeling if I went that route, once I put something in there, you know, it'd be forgotten about until years later. I don't know if they make, like, I know they do pop-up powered TVs, but I wonder if there's maybe some pop-up storage. Maybe those become some, like a pop-up bookshelf, not necessarily books, but who knows, spices, whatever else. Yeah, I'm looking for ideas there. There just seems to be a lot of wasted space back there that could be used. And I decided not to go ahead and paint since, you know, time crunch, all that good stuff. So I'll just have to be happy in the knowledge that it's back there and live with it. Each of the cabinets has a plywood back, so it's not like I'm gonna see it when you open up the drawers or the cabinets. Anyway, that's it for now. Big dog is somewhere around here. I think he's outside sitting in the sun. Where is the big dog? He usually watches every move I make. Oh, he went out of the shade. Just hanging out. Well, that's it for now. Oh, I almost forgot. So big dog came back with me. I checked on him, so he's got to check on me. I'll put all these, so I started in this corner. The best advice I saw online was with cabinets, start in the corner. Just to remind everybody, what's going to happen here is there's going to be a dishwasher there. I've got to do some cutouts here for the sewer and the water supplies. And I'll probably do the sink next before I do anything over here. I'll get the sink, the Lazy Susan, installed. I think from a measurement wise, you'll notice I've got a 15-inch Lazy Susan, 36-inch, 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 and this is a 30-inch. I think with the space that I have left, that Lazy Susan is actually sitting exactly where it's supposed to sit. When I look at this gap, that's going to be the wall oven that I have sitting over there in the dining room with the sinks sitting on it and the water disposal and the under counter water filter. I'm about 1.5 inches short, so what I figure I'll do is I'll trim these pieces off. I'm not going to have an end panel on there like I do over on this, where this is exposed. So I've got a nice little end panel that slides in there, and I'll attach that down. Probably not glue. I'll probably put a couple brads in there. It should be okay, but I'll probably cut off on both sides. And slide this over. I guess that's 1 inch that it gives me. And I think that's exactly what I need here. And if you recall, that's all the power for the oven, plus that runs to this center section, so I can leverage the power for the range as well. Just got to make sure the fuse boxes got the correct amperage going so that it supports. So we'll see what happens there. The other power supply, just a reminder, it runs to this corner to that. So I think that will probably be the power supply. And I don't know about the amperage of that either, but will be the power supply for my warming drawer. And I'll probably put an electrical outlet or two there. I've been debating, since I'm gonna have a flush island here, been debating whether to have a pop-up outlet, or do I mount something on the side or under the countertop. Still haven't thought it through yet of what I want to do there, but it will go, the center island is about right where the big dog's sitting or laying. So that's where that's going to go. I will finish this off probably this weekend. I can see with the paint dry now that I need a couple, I need to do some touch up here. I need to do some touch up here, some touch up over there, and eventually buy a ladder that I can reach up there to actually mount those LED lights, sorry. And I need to buy another cabinet and a couple more sides. So I may go visit Southeastern Salvage this weekend as well. But it's coming along. From a design perspective, was gonna paint these. I don't think I'm gonna paint them now. So I think what I'm gonna do is get a opaque white stain. So they will be white-ish, but we'll show the wood grain as well. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. So the rather than a flat white or a semi-gloss white like white ceiling and white walls. I will probably go with a frost white stain and some dark countertops that more closely match the wood frames of the windows and back. Still debating what to do with the windows now that we're talking about it. I thought about putting one custom-made iron curtain rod that goes all the way across and split it into threes and just be able to slide curtains back and forth. Not that I have a whole bunch of sunlight streaming through here with the trees right up against the house, but eventually when those get cut back a little bit, which I will probably do this fall, those will, I'll probably get some more light in here. I'll probably put some 3M film that's UV to keep the sunlight from heating it up in here too much, but maybe that's not a bad thing in the winter here, but it's a bad thing in the Minnesota winters, but it's probably a good thing for the summer because it can heat up here in Alabama pretty hot. So, okay, update number 23 of 97 or whatever it may be. I've got this installed on the wall and attached to this Lazy Susan. Same thing here, same thing here. I have not attached that to the wall yet. I will probably go until here and then cut off the sides there so that the oven will fit and do the sink next. If you recall, this didn't quite line up. It was a little out of true. Same thing here on this side, a little out of true. Couldn't figure out why. It's much better now, as you can see. Simply because I took the Lazy Susan and twisted it a little bit. So that sort of seemed to line everything up much better. It's incrementally off, probably less than a 16th, maybe even a 32nd of an inch off. So I'm good with that. Everything is level. Every which way you can imagine it's level up top. So I'll get there on my next break. I'm between meetings right now. I'll maybe attach this to the wall. I use the wood drill to drill through the wood, and then I got to hit the masonry bit to get through the concrete so that I can attach it there. And I'll do the same thing for that, and that will be shift point to either fitting the sink and the Lazy Susan down the corner. I'll probably do that next, just so I can make sure how much room I need, because I've got a 1/2 inch here, I've got a 1/2 inch here, but if I need another 1/2 inch, I could cut this off. So I may not attach this. I got one screw in there holding it together. I may have to unattach it. That's it. There's nothing in the back holding it. And no screw on the bottom. That's why you see that little gap there. I haven't pulled it together and leveled it out yet. I just have the one screw in the top. So I guess I'll attach that in next and then go over to the Lazy Susan and the sink, cut that out, get it up against the wall, get it situated, and we'll see it, take it from there. That's it for now. Hello, it's not my name, but you can call me Bob. Hey, welcome to my channel. Let me start that again.